Every October 5th is marked to be the birthday of all teachers globally. Take a moment and imagine a world without teachers. A world where children grow without guardians, where knowledge fades into silence, and where the future loses its light. Scary, isn't it? That is why every 5th of October, the world pauses to celebrate the true torchbearers of humanity, our teachers. Distinguished guests, respected parents, beloved students, and our community at large. So this day, we are gathered to honor and celebrate the heroes who shape destinies without asking noise-making. The builders of minds, the shapers of futures, but the silent heroes of every nation. They are gardeners planting seeds of knowledge, doctors healing ignorance, architects building characters, and torchbearers lighting the path to greatness. But unfortunately, their sacrifices go unnoticed most times. Teachers deserve more than just words. They deserve respect from students, appreciation from parents as partners who helps in shaping the leaders of tomorrow, recognition from the society, and true rewards from their employers. Governments must reward teachers, for no nation rises above the quality of its educators. To every teacher listening to me, you are the light in darkness, the guide in confusion, and the strength behind every success story. Today and always, we celebrate you as you respect yourself by maintaining your integrity and discipline, not begging for handouts or perfume from students or even the parents. In conclusion, let us not forget, without teachers, there is no student. Without students, there is no nation. And without a nation built on knowledge, there is no future. So today, let every child, every parent, every community leader, and every government voice rise together to say, thank you, teachers. You are not just educators, you are destiny shapers, dream builders, and the true champions of humanity. Once again, I say to everyone there, Happy Teachers' Day.
Well, first of all, on that day, I got a text message from one of my students. I teach at LASU. And I was particularly excited yesterday when the sub-dean said to me that the majority of my students who I taught presentation and performance got A. And he said they were going to query the result, like how, why? And I said to him, because we had a lot of practicals. We kept practicing in class. There were judges, there were those who would present, they were learning public speaking, they were learning how to be presenters on radio and on TV. It was exciting. And it just tells you that teachers many times pour their hearts into what they do. It's almost a thankless job, because if you look at the payment at the end of the day, the remuneration at the end of the day, it's nothing to write home about. But I'm happy that an official of Lagos State said in a piece I read this morning that no Lagos State teacher earns anything less than 150K a month. I'm glad to read that. I hope it's true. I love what you said, coming back to your advocacy. You said we should imagine a world without teachers. I cannot even imagine, you know, I cannot imagine a world without teachers. It's impossible. Again, you said they are torchbearers in any nation. That is so true. Last week, I talked about ASU, the cracked voice of ASU, because there are layers of teachings and layers of knowledge transfer. I'm just going to use your advocacy to speak to our minders at the national level, the federal government, to also take a look at what teachers at the tertiary level are doing and pay them living wage.
You know, these people put in so much sacrifice into the things they do, and we are here because of our teachers. And sometimes we also forget the fact that it's not just the classroom teachers, the formal teachers. We also have informal teachers.
That's right.
Those who helped us in Africa. There's a saying that you know, it takes a community.
It takes a village.
It takes a village privilege to raise a child. So we are all products of different teachers, you know, and to all these teachers, we must be grateful for what they have impacted in us, in our lives, and what we have then also become. And one of the best ways to tell a teacher thank you is to be a good student and to be a good product.
To turn out well.
Be a good, to turn out well, to be a good ambassador.
Yeah.
So for all of us who have been taught by one person or the other, and it's not just enough to hand over gifts, to send handouts to say thank you or to send a message, but you should also try as much as you can to emulate those things and embody those things that you have been taught and you've been trained to, especially when it comes to morality, you know, the standard of morality that we should also uphold, because in the midst of all this teaching is not just about 2 + 2 = 4, but there is also a principle that says you should not cheat, you shouldn't do this, you should be your neighbor's keeper, your brother's keeper rather, and love your neighbor as yourself.
I might not become a professional teacher, but I teach a lot. So maybe in corporate they call it CSR. I'm trying to remember what you call it. Maybe that's the way I give back, right?
But there are trainers as well.
They're also teachers, right? Yes, so I try to do that when I can. But I like is it a line now you're quoting your advocacy that says no nation rises above the quality of its educators?
Yes, yes.
I think that sums it all for me. We need to really reflect and think about the quality of those who teach us.
Yeah.
And those who are going to be, or they are actually already responsible for what the future is going to look like.
Yeah.
So what is the quality? How open-minded are they with the changes and evolving of teaching and technology and all that? And they cannot just jump into it. There has to be a guide. There has to be help. There has to be, you have to provide what they need. There has to be structures, right? So as a nation, I mean, on days like this, these are days that I expect there to be speeches from the president, speeches from the governors. If you understand the value of teachers, it will not be a day that will go unnoticed. It's not only you coming out to tell us that you're debunking poverty metrics. Like, you are always debunking things that we don't need you to debunk, right? Because we are living in these things
that are
and you're trying to debunk them.
Yeah.
Why not channel your communication to, even if that's the only thing you do, to appreciate people that needs to be appreciated?
I don't know the quality of teachers we're getting these days. I'm sure it's gone down. And that's because they've been ignored. And so they have to find other sources of income for themselves. Government you must reward teachers.
Yeah.
You people, you politicians, your salary should be lower than that of the teachers.
Bam.
I'm saying it bold and clear. Lower, because you are serving us. I am your employer.
Yeah.
So pay the teachers well. That's what I'm going to say.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a pittance. You said Lagos said 150. Yeah, I'm sure they can bring it up. They can bring it up, bump it up to like 500K. Teachers are doing so much.
Yeah.
And on this note, I want to give kudos to my teachers, some of them in Federal Government Girls College, Calabar. Mr. Afuekwe, my physical and sports teacher. He was also
that has to be the one you remember.
Instrumental to Umo, who I am, sort of there. And I remember one time, an organization had called me and said, did I want to reward a teacher? And I gave his name, and they rewarded him. Yes, they did. Mrs. Emesi, my English teacher. Mrs. Otuka, my French teacher. Ça va bien, merci, et vous? And Mrs. Bassi, my principal, Federal Government Girls College, Calabar. See, I can't forget them. They did so well. I'll remember them for as long as I can. Teachers indeed are priceless, and they contribute in more ways than even our parents can at home.
Yeah,
That's what I'll say.
Thank you very much. All right. Imagine if every profession was seen as a platform to shape destinies and build dreams. By now, Nigeria would be a nation to reckon with globally.
I hear you, Gbenga. Instead, we are preoccupied with tinted glass permits. I ask again, who yep?
Error.